Hello, my name is Mario Dieringer and I'm the founder of Trees of Memory. Since 5 years I'm hiking around the world and I'm planting trees of memory for suicide victims. This project is responsible also for the association Trees of Memory, and this association is helping people and families after a suicide happened in their family or among their friends. Since 5 years I'm hiking and I try to plant this green band of life and awareness around the world. I meet hundreds of peoples. I met deeply traumatized people and families, and all of us are sharing the same feelings: sadness, grief, being helpless, feeling incredibly guilty. Many of them do not see any perspective. We face a big lack of compassion from the society. The society makes those who are left behind responsible for something nobody is responsible for. A suicide is not a disease. A suicide is a symptom of a couple of different diseases, mental health issues, like depression. And a depressive crisis can start very small and can become in high speed a deadly disease. But if you get help from the very first beginning, if you are seeking help, if you are willing to tell what's going on in your mind with your feelings and all those things, then the chances are really good that the doctors, the psychologists, medicine, whatever, can help you. It's like with cancer, if you detected it immediately and you do something against it, then you will be good again. If you come too late, then you won't. And of course, also like cancer, sometimes you detect it immediately, but there is no help possible. Everything can happen. But I know, and I know from my own life experience, that help is possible. I committed suicide. They brought me back to life. And 2 years later, my boyfriend committed suicide. I know how it feels. I know how both sides feels. My entire life exploded in 1 million pieces after his suicide, and what I experienced in this society was sometimes really evil and very bad. And thanks God, I had got amazing friends who stood by, who helped me for many months, who really rescued my life. And that's all about. In our society, we need to stand together. We need to support each other, especially for those who are suffering with mental health issues. those who are suicidal, they don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. All of them, they want to live. But if the uncertainty of death is not that bad compared to a life going on without any perspective, in pain, in sadness, without a social life, with anxieties and all those things which are coming along if you are suffering from depression. That's telling really each and everything. Most of the people think it's a free will, own decision. Oh, today I don't want to live anymore. No, it's not like that. And the bad part is that many people who never faced something like that, who never faced depression, who never had suicidal thoughts, they start discussions and telling, let them go, let them die if they want to die. No, nobody needs to die, and nobody wants to die. But we need to learn that we have to be clear in our minds, that we have to have some awareness, and that we are allowed to talk about what's going on. I'm hiking through Slovenia since a couple of weeks, and as the 9th country on my tour around the world, and Slovenia is on position 2 from all countries of the world with the highest suicide numbers. But people are not talking. If I talk to them, if I ask them directly, are you experienced with this topic? Then everybody, really everybody is telling me, yes, many times. But nobody is talking about it. They just take it like it is. Yeah. People are dying, they will be sometimes forgot very, very fast. Yeah. But in a society where you are not allowed to talk about depression and about suicidal thoughts, you cannot get any help. A society which doesn't allow to talk about it, they kill people. They kill their own children, because depression is something which will be passed on from generation to generation. That it doesn't mean that you cannot stop this chain. You can. If they grow up with an awareness that they are a little bit more in danger than other people, than other friends, because of this. And if they know that they can seek help and that they become help or get help, then most of them don't need to die. And this is why I'm hiking for. I want to raise this awareness that there's no need for being suicidal, that it's not a free will, that the stigma we put on families who had got a suicide is terrible, unfair, and nobody is responsible for a disease and symptoms of a disease. And nobody of us would ever blame somebody who suffered from cancer, but we're blaming people who are suffering from depression and being suicidal. We are living in times, or I personally have got the feeling that I never lived in a time where hatred and a lack of compassion and enviness and a big show about look what I have and how great and awesome I am. Such times never have been worse than now. I miss that people stand together. I miss that people helping each other. I miss that people helping people they don't know. Yeah. But I also miss that people help their friends, because very often they don't. I experienced it at the beginning of my, when my depression break out. Then all of a sudden there were friends. We saw us every week. We had got great time, and then all of a sudden they said, you cost so much energy, we can't meet anymore. This was really hurting, and I hadn't got any idea about why. Because I hadn't got any idea that I was suffering from depression. We just want to see the sunny side of life, but as soon somebody has got problems, we push him away. Many people ask me why I plant trees and not doing something else. Well, a tree has got many different parts. They have got wood, leaves, fruits, benches, blossoms, and many things. If you separate them, you would never think that this is one being, and that's why it's the perfect symbol for us humans. We are also completely different skin colors, different cultures, different nations, different thinkings, everything. But at the very end, we are one. And if we want to achieve something, we should work with each other and not against each other. That we are blaming people for their look is highly unfair, because nobody of us had done anything for his look. If we are good looking or bad looking, if we are blonde or black hair, black skin, or Asians or white ones, rich or poor or whatever, nobody of us had the chance to choose it. We were born in this. So nobody of us is better or worse than the other one. But on our schools, in our society, we facing structures that killing people, and we are teaching structures which tells people you are just good if you own a lot of things, if you are rich, if you have a career, if you are special, if you are whatever. But we are not teaching people to live their visions, to create their dreams. We are not supporting them in that. Everything which is surrounded us was once just a simple idea, and most of the people never understood this idea. But those people brought it alive, and nowadays a car, a cinema, glasses, a mobile phone, internet, everything, we take it for granted. But many years and decades ago, it was just a crazy idea, and we thought this man is mad. And we need to support each other in life. And today is the World Day of the Suicide Prevention. And it's not only a day to think about those who gone. It's a day to think about those who are suffering, who are in crisis, who needs helps, who need serious friends, who knows, okay, I have to do something. I have to take his or her hand. I have to help her or him finding a psychologist or whatever. I will be there, and even if it's the 10th time that he or she is bursting out in tears and telling me again and again the same drama, I cannot understand. We should stop blaming people for things we can't see or can't understand. We should stop discussing about things we never experienced. I'm also not discussing with people about a broken bone. Yeah, I have no idea how it feels, why I should discuss with those people. But with me, many people, very often people who never suffered from depression, are discussing. They are telling, you are a attention seeker, you are a lazy bastard, go to work and doing all those things. With our association trees of memory, we want to raise awareness for the possibilities of the treatment. We want to raise awareness for the possibilities of getting out or getting back into a life which is worth living, which is not dominated by fears, anxieties, or dark thoughts. I'm fighting for that people understand that the medicamentation are not drugs, these are not ecstasies, they are not happy makers. If you are suffering from depression, it will change the chemistry in your brain. Many people don't know it, and nobody knows why this happens. But those medicamentation, this will bring back what's missing. It's just a question of time and a question of which amount you have to take until you feel better. If they are working, it's a major turnaround in your life. Yeah, I experienced that, and I took my medicamentation from 2012 to 2017. Yeah, and then I could stop, and I just take one more medicamentation. Before it was 45 milligram, now just 15, and that's all. And I live perfect with it. I can sleep. I don't have got circle thoughts. Yeah, I don't have got depressions anymore. Of course, I don't have got suicidal thoughts and all those things. Yeah. It gives me the possibility to do what I do, helping people who lost somebody, who are in fear, who has questions, yeah, who are suffering because they think they are guilty. Yeah. I know both sides, and that's why I'm on the road. That's why I'm fighting for life. I don't want to fight against suicide, against the suicide. I want to fight for life, and being happy, being healthy is not a choice, as many people think. Positive thinking, it's bullshit. Yeah. Being happy and being healthy is a gift of the universe, and it can be taken in a glimpse of a second away from you and never will come back. We always should keep that in mind, but we can do a lot that we stay healthy with our lifestyle, and if we show much more compassion and love to each other, this is also really healthy and healing in a way. And I'm not giving up until in every country I hiked through there is at least one tree of memory. And especially today and this weekend, I'm so incredibly proud of the members of our association, because never before in history of our association so many trees are planted at this special weekend, and things are done. Iris Pfister, she planted a tree yesterday. Today she is standing in a city in South Germany, somewhere on the marketplace, talking to people, giving them help, showing them new perspectives, together with some others. Then Gunther Huhn, he is helping creating today a place of memory in Frankfurt. And in November, I will plant there with the Association France a tree of memory for Viktor Frankl, yeah, who sadly took his life. And no, sorry, not Viktor Frankl. This was no, Viktor Staud. Yeah. And Mario Kelter and his wife, who are doing a hiking session today together with some other people to support the association, and Pam Metzler, who also planted a tree today. And there are so many things are going on, and I'm so deeply grateful, and I don't find words for that all those people believed in my vision, that they supported the association, that they support me, that we are supporting each other, and everybody how he can, and it doesn't matter if you are active or passive, involved in all of this. It's just a standing together. And I hope many of us, or I hope the association will grow more. I hope to plant much more trees, even if it's always a sad thing, because each tree stands for somebody or stands for a group of people. But each tree is also like a candle in the darkness. It should encourage you to change your life, to to do different things, to follow your visions, your dreams, seek for help, yeah. Trust in medicine, yeah, and you know, you cannot sit in the darkness and hope one day it will be light. This will not helping. Positive thinking will not helping. But if you start walking around in the darkness, at a certain point, yeah, you will see all of a sudden a glimpse of light far in the distance. This is hope. And hope is the strength that you can do and overcome everything what happened, and that you can do whatever you like. Yeah. This is what Trees of Memory stands also for. I gave up everything I had, yeah, after the suicide of my boyfriend, yeah, and I just started with this great vision of Trees of Memory, and 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 after the suicide of my boyfriend, I was closer to death than to life. Yeah, I wanted to die every day because I was so guilty and I missed him so much. And sometimes I'm still missing him much. And and I thought I don't have got any perspective. Yeah, but and the only thing which kept me away from committing suicide again was the fact that they brought me to life after my suicide attempt. They brought me back to life, and I thought there must be a reason for. And now, look at my life, look at Trees of Memory. If this is not reason enough, if this is not proof enough that even the worst time can change to an absolutely positive thing, my life nowadays has got nothing to do anymore with my life before. Yeah. Sometimes I miss my life before a lot. Yeah. So parts of it. Yeah. But most of the parts I don't miss anymore, because now it's so much better, with so much value in it, and I'm deeply grateful for all the people I met, for all those many talks, and I just want to say thank you. And I want to encourage each and everybody of you, keep on going, helping your friends, paying attention, be aware that not everything is like you think it would be. Most of us are walking around with a mirror in front of them, and we just see the mirror picture of our thoughts. But if we take away this mirror, we see the reality. And the reality is completely different. You never know why somebody is the way he is. Yeah? You never walked in his shoe. Why you are blaming him? So stop blaming, stop mobbing, stop being so, I don't care. Yeah, care about each other. And I say thank you to each and everybody who is caring about me and Trizaf memory and helping to let it grow and helping me to get around the world. And I invite you to join me for days, for weeks, for months. See what a different perspective can do to your life and see how it can save your life. Thanks a lot for everything.